Good morning, everyone. Welcome, Megan. Nice to see you again.
Morning. Nice to see you too. It feels like it's been forever.
I know. But I have so many lives now with different sponsors like you for the group, the Interior Design Business Forum. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and follow. If you're watching on my Facebook business page, welcome. And if you're in my private Facebook group, the Interior Design Business Forum, um, you'll be commenting when you're in there. But if you're not there and you're in the interior design business, come join us over in the Interior Design Business Forum. So, all right, business CFO, you are my virtual CFO. You help me with all the financial stuff, the planning. What are we doing? How are we doing? Where's the money supposed to be spent? Where's the money not supposed to be spent? This topic is really near and dear to my heart at this moment because I started getting off balance with my work and it wasn't really fulfilling my personal life the way it needed to. So I need to make some shifts. So give us the overview of this topic.
There are so many cases that I come across, myself included, right? Where we have a need, like a personal need for what we need financially in our lives. And we have a business, and we have the impression that our business is the only way to fulfill that need. And we also get mixed up between what is our business and what is us personally.
Yes.
We are not our business. We are not our business. If you cease to exist, you may have a staff that continues on. If your business ceases to exist, you are still here, right? You are two separate entities. And there's a certain relationship between you. And sometimes, many times, oftentimes, I see people demand something from their business that their business can't afford. I also see businesses demand something from the owners that the owner is unable to give, but they try to give anyway. So, one of this that we demand from our business is we demand a certain amount of cash. And then the business is like, okay, but in exchange, I need your soul.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it gets for some people when they're hyper focused on their business. Grow, 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 make more money, make more money. Where's my next lead coming from? Next thing you know, that's all they're thinking about. And I've totally been there in the past. Totally.
Yeah. And then it stops being fun and you stop doing the work that you wanted to do when you got into business in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
You're stuck in procurement, you're stuck in marketing, and you never get to design, for example, because there's all that other stuff that comes up because you need this thing from your business, and your business is like, all right, but here's what I need from you. And it might be that one of these sides doesn't keep up their end of the deal. It might be saying, hey, I need all of this from you in order to give that to you. And then at the end of the day, it doesn't give it to you anyway.
So
Or
you
you're
give all
taking
your
from
effort. I'll give
you
it
give
in
all
layman's
your effort.
terms. You give all your effort and you're not paying yourself enough money, or you're not charging enough money, or it's not supporting your life.
Or alternatively, you're taking it out of the business anyway. And the business is really hurting, really hurting.
And I told you I have a client or two that I'm telling them you got to keep some money in your business. I know your business is there to support your life, but if you're overspending in your life and then taking too much out of your business, it's you're never going to have enough money in your business to go to the next level. You need to grow. You need to plan for both sides of the equation, your personal life and your business life, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so there are things that are flexible that we think are inflexible. The amount of money that we need to live on might be flexible, and there are ways that you didn't take into account, right? Because, well, this is what I need. Downsizing is super hard. The other side is maybe there are other ways other than your business to go and get the money that you need to support yourself personally, right?
Mhm.
Until your business can evolve into a place where, okay, I can take care of you now. We can take care of each other now.
Mhm.
Business owners have a really hard time with this one as well, right? The only lever that we really want to pull is revenue. Please just let me go get more revenue. I don't want to have to go get a job. I don't want to have to go do subcontract work. I don't want to. I understand that there's a lot of ego and
I was
pride.
just going to say that. That to me is all ego, right? And believe me,
All ego.
my kids, I remember, like, I don't want to work at McDonald's. I'm like, why not? McDonald's is a good job. Things like that. Your ego gets in the way. You don't want to
Yes.
reduce your expenses on one side of your life,
Yes.
Okay.
So it all comes down to boundaries. Boundaries. Your business has boundaries, and you are responsible for helping your business enforce them. You have boundaries, and you need to enforce your own boundaries, whether that is what you are really worth, charging the hours that you're actually working, and not just like, oh, I'm just going to go do this one revision while I'm watching TV. It's going to put them over
Because
budget
they're a
again.
good client.
Because they're a client. I don't want to charge them for this. I need this to be perfect. So I'll just do it while I'm watching TV. No big deal. No big deal.
Yeah.
3 hours later, you're still picking out the right faucet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, that's a perfect depiction of what happens to a lot of designers. And
Yeah.
it's definitely not fair to them, but they always are so kind that they like, is it fair to my client? Is it fair to my client? Is it fair to my client? You got to put yourself in that equation. Is it fair to you?
Yes. And almost treat yourself like inside your business when you, the person, is going into the business to work. Like, this is a new character. This is a role. This is not you. This is the role that you are playing. And inside, if you were working for the man, you wouldn't tell him, like, I want to do this job perfectly. So those extra overtime 10 hours that I worked last week, just don't worry about that.
Yeah. Don't
worry
pay me
about
for that.
Don't pay me for that. Sometimes it helps to see yourself as a role inside the business instead of you being the business, instead of you being this, like we are
Well,
one and the same.
you're an employee of the business. You're an employee of the
Right.
business as well as the owner of the business.
Yes. But ownership of the role. You have at least two very distinct roles in your business. One is business owner, right? Like taking care, being a good steward, doing the things, knowing what's coming up, and having that knowledge of a business owner. We'll just put that one aside right now.
Mhm.
The other role is your role as the skills that you bring, the thing that you want to do, right? Two roles. And that's the tough part of the business owner, is that you have that extra business owner one. But this second role of the skill that you have, the thing that I see the most often is there is a fire inside that you have the confidence, you have the skill, but being able to articulate that and step into the power that really you have in that, and declaring, no, really, client, this is what your experience is going to be, and this is how I work, because this is what's going to be best for both of us.
Right. This is
And that
going to get the
boundary of
result.
this is what is best.
Yes.
I am the leader here. I don't want you present when I'm doing my installation. I get this back. Like, oh, but they want to be. Okay.
You sound like me with my profit insiders. I'm like, but the client said, I'm like, okay, but that's not your process. And that's going
Yeah.
to cause problems. So don't just
Mhm.
give in, because that's when you get where you're not going to feel fulfilled in your business,
Yes.
because you're
Yes.
getting pushed outside of what you actually want to do and how you want to run your business.
So this is my assignment.
Okay.
Go write down what you want your daily life to be like, or write down what you don't want anymore. If sometimes it's really hard to figure out what you want, what don't you want? What are the things that happened in the last day, in the last week, in the last month, in the last quarter that really burned your energy, that really like got you down of, I hope this never happens again, and write that down, right? And it's not like that's going to be the instant fix for it, but these
No.
are the beginning of your boundaries.
Mhm.
This is the beginning, and it takes practice to set boundaries.
Definitely.
So
Because
much
I hear
practice.
people, as you're talking, people are probably saying, well, yeah, I hate dealing with unhappy clients,
Mhm.
but I'm a business owner and I work for my business. And sometimes I have to deal with questions and unhappy clients.
Yep. Yes. Yes. And getting to the core of what makes this client unhappy. Is it the fact that I undercommunicated, I didn't respond, or I assumed they had a piece of information that is stuck in my head? This happens to me a lot. I have a lot going on up here, and and sometimes what I think I said is not what's actually heard. So it's not so much that they are upset and angry because they're not getting what they need. It was something that I didn't articulate well enough of, like, okay, hang on a second. That's actually
Yes.
coming in the next phase.
Yes, but it's also sometimes you just have a client you cannot please.
Oh yeah. Oh
We've
yeah.
had those. So I only make that distinction because I coach obviously a lot of people, and some people automatically, if something goes wrong with a client, the first person they blame is themselves. And I'm like, why are you blaming yourself? Like, did you ever think like maybe that client is quirky, OCD, whatever name you want to label you want to put on them, and it wasn't you? But I think it's a good idea always to audit your process, see if you could have done anything different. But sometimes you gotta
Yeah.
let it go,
Yeah,
right?
sometimes that outside impression is hard. I'm rooting on one of my clients this morning. She emailed me and she's like, "Can you help me with this email? I gotta fire a client." And she very well outlined, like, this is what we agreed to, and this is your behavior that is just not tolerable.
Good for
I can't do
her.
that.
Good
And
for
I
her.
was just like, I'm so excited for you. In
I
48
know.
hours, it's going to be fine. Right now, I know it feels like hell, but in 48 hours, the sun is going to come out. Rainbows will swoop across the sky, and you're going to feel so good.
Oh my God, it's actually so freeing when you
So
fire
freeing.
a client that's not working within your system, which is the way you want to run your business, which is what helps you stay
Mhm.
fulfilled, right? We talked about what hours do you want to work? What's your ideal hours? Write them down. Shoot for that goal in the future. You can't get it tomorrow, but write down what you're trying to achieve and then go, can I achieve this? Right? In your
Yeah.
case, whether you want to coach, whether you want to do information products, whether you want to do a book, right? There's so many decisions we can make as entrepreneurs. Interior designers have a ton of service models they can offer, but you've
Yeah.
got to make a decision on where your joy is and what's going to serve your life and your business so that you feel
Yeah.
fulfilled on both sides. So that could be
Mhm.
working different hours. It could be working certain types of business models, not others. It could be the way you bill, your communication style with your clients. You might say, I hate email, I want to do text, right? So there's a ton of things. Don't let your clients text you. Don't let your clients text you. But what if you actually like that?
Yeah.
Then it's okay.
Yeah. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. Um, and setting that first boundary is going to be super scary for everything leading up to it. And then 48 hours later, it's going to feel
Yeah.
it's going to feel really good.
Yeah. It does feel really good. I remember as an art consultant, there was a time where we decided not to take Saturday appointments anymore. And my staff was really nervous. They were like, you're gonna really lose a lot of business because we used to do a lot of Saturdays. And I said, you know what? It is what it is. At this point, my family life is more important. I'm off balance. So I had to do that. We didn't lose one client. It was just about, well, actually, we lost one client once, but it was one of those good miss because they were obviously going to be a pain in the neck.
Your boundaries filter out those red flags.
Yes. The red flags for you. That's actually a great sentence. Your boundaries filter out the red flags, and everybody's red flags are different. Could be a red flag of someone trying to get you at night or on the weekends and you don't work those. It could be a red flag that someone's texting you constantly right from the beginning and you knew that that's not something you want. It's going to work it out always from the beginning.
And it puts you in a place of authority.
Leadership. Yes. Yes, managing the job from the perspective of you're the expert, not the client. The client is not the expert on telling you how you should be doing things, when you should be doing things, how much you should be charging for things, and whether you're being reasonable or not. That's not the client's job to give you their opinion of that, right? It's you to say, this is what
Absolutely.
fulfills me in my business. This is what fulfills me in my life. You either fit into my business model or you're not my ideal client.
And the hardest part is like when the sales aren't coming in, right? Like you're looking at your backlog and you're like, I haven't had a new client, so I guess I'll take on this nightmare client. Or this, there's just a few red flags, but it's fine. It'll work out. I need this client. Think of all of the time and energy that they are sucking up and the life force that they are sucking up when there are alternatives. There
Yeah.
are alternatives. There are alternatives.
Yeah, I mean, you can literally work for someone else. You can change your business model to having one client a year to 15 clients a month. Like the choices are yours, but that's
Ooh,
the
yeah. Oh,
choice.
that's a whole nother house. There was a post in your group this last week that I was just like, maybe you saw it. She was asking, like, I'm growing. Do I need to hire? Like, I have too many projects right now. And she needs to grow. And I was like, Is that what you want, or is that what you think you need to do?
Yes.
There's a difference.
Yes.
There's a difference.
There is a difference. I mean, when someone first
Mhm.
starts coaching with me, I'm like, okay, what are your goals and aspirations? How is your business going to serve your life? Do you want to be a one man or woman show? Do you want to have a staff? Do you want to stay small? Do you want to be gigantic and transition over to another market? Like there's so many, everybody's different, right? So
Yeah.
you've got
Yeah.
to look what you need to feel fulfilled in your business. What is it? What is it missing? And I'll tell you, it takes a lot of soul searching, and it's not something that you immediately know. It takes a lot of
You know what?
talking.
I don't know that there's ever a destination.
It
I
never
don't
is.
think it ever gets perfected. I think it's a conscious choice that you make every day when you work inside your business of just little tiny things.
Yes.
And I have a problem with like destination goals anyway. Like this one thing, it's this one moment in time. It's fleeting. Does that make all of the pain and suffering that you went through to get there worth it? I don't think so. Not for a moment. I think what really matters is your day-to-day enjoyment.
Well, again, I think that's different for everyone. For some
Mhm.
people, they want to spend their time and money on their day to day fulfillment, and other people want to suffer a little bit more day to day so they can afford a really great trip or something, or a really great house or car, like whatever. Everyone's different, right? The way they want to live their life and spend their money. So I find it hard when everyone's looking at each other. Well, I think I want what she has. Well, have you done some soul searching and really thought about that? And even though you're looking, and I'll give this one example, you're looking at a designer who's a celebrity designer, some of which are my clients. Trust me, their lives are not easy. Celebrities are not easy. And you can't promote you're even a designer for them. You can't share your assets once you design for them, right? So if you think you want to be a designer for the celebrities, don't just say, oh my God, that'd be a great aspiration. Realize the reality of that may not work to fulfill your life the way you want to, right? Everyone wants to, design to luxury, luxury, luxury. Luxury clients are a whole different ballgame, and they're not always what you may be wanting to deal with in your life and your business.
Yeah. You know, that's interesting, right? Like if you look at the ways that you play your two roles inside your business, like as the designer role, as an artist, are you being fulfilled? And is that the artist that wants to go and do the celebrity, or is that the business owner that wants to go and do the celebrity for the monetary reward or for the artistic reward?
Or for a completely wrong reason of an ego reward.
Could be.
Which I shouldn't say is a wrong reason. Maybe that's what you want, right? Like, what is your personal achievement goals? Like I wrote the book right there.
Validation.
Yeah,
Some people
right.
need the
So why did I
validation.
write a book? I didn't write a book about how to run an interior design business. I did not write a book about what I do for a living per se. So why did I do it? It's not a lead generator necessarily. It was like, I want to prove that I can. I just said years ago, someday I want to write a book before I die. You know what? I wrote a book. Now I'm done. I don't know if I'm done. But like, so your personal fulfillment has to be part of the equation, which is really what we're talking about today. You're separate from your business. Are you being fulfilled personally? And then are you being fulfilled as the business owner? And how can you continue to work towards making that as best as possible? Otherwise,
What
why
is your
run a
business?
business?
Yeah. What is your business doing for fulfillment? What is it taking away for fulfillment? And where are the gaps that you need to go find elsewhere or have this grow into or shrink into?
Finding your business joy and your personal joy, right? Yeah.
Go
We got
get
a
it.
couple of good
Everybody
golden
go, you
nuggets in
guys.
this.
I want you to enjoy your business. I want you to enjoy your time in your business. I want you to enjoy the rewards of your business.
Yeah. People are very stressed right now. And I think it's also finding the joy, before we sign off, finding the joy is also about refocusing what you're looking at and what you're focusing on in your business, right? So if you're focusing on the good stuff that you enjoy, it helps also. But let's continue to work towards everyone actually loving being a business owner, not hating it, because it's so hard to do the marketing, the sales, the numbers, the accounting, the communication, the clients, yet we all want to run businesses. Why? Because of the freedom it actually gives us also. Right? So there's always trade-offs. So, all right, Megan, if they want to know more, where do they go to find out about what you can help them with?
Yeah, they can come over to megandahle.com. There you can find a link to my calendar, and we can pop on and talk for 15 minutes about what's going on. Or if they just want to get a little bit of perspective on what actually should I be working on now, like where am I? They can go to growthversusprofit.com.
That's the
and
link
take a little
we'll put in
quiz.
there. Yeah, I love that growth versus profit. It's a really great exercise that I think everybody should do. So thanks, Megan.
Thank you, Nancy.
Go
Such a
find
treat.
some joy in your day.
Oh, I will. I'm looking at my calendar, like, oh, there's good stuff on there today.
It's so funny, right? It's like, oh, I have some appointments. My new group is starting today. My latest Profit Insiders group, the Hot Shots.
Yeah.
They're starting today. They're so fabulous and motivated and really a sharp group of interior designers. I'm really excited to get them started. So it's gonna
I
be
love those people. I love that type of people. They're just like, let's go.
yeah, they're all ready. You could tell. And you know what? That energy they're bringing is going to bring the joy that they're looking for in their businesses. That little piece alone will bring some joy into their day, that they're excited. And now it's my job to keep that excitement going while they do the work to grow their businesses and make more money, right? So that's our challenges, you and I, to keep people motivated. So, all right, everyone, go have a great, what day of the week is it? Wednesday? Wednesday. And I'll see you next month with Megan, and I'll see you here in my group and on YouTube and on LinkedIn and on my business page. Talk to you soon. Thanks, Megan.